What I hear from many HR professionals and executives today is we want to unlock the next level of potential and grow as an organization, not by doing more, not by pushing harder, but by making better choices in how we lead, communicate, and collaborate. I'm Lizzie Claesson, high performance coach. For the last 25 years, I've had the privilege to work with leaders at companies like Rituals, Volvo, Lego, among many others. I'm also the author of From Suffering to Surfing and Performance Alchemy. Both hit #1 on Amazon. I work with a team of amazing individuals at Brighter Leaders. You can learn more about our work at brighterleaders.com. I work with leaders who are ready to grow, not just in results, but in clarity, connection, and long-term impact. Let me therefore start with a question. What will determine whether 2026 becomes your strongest year or your most exhausting one? Most leadership teams enter January with the same priorities: strategy, growth, targets, budgets, execution plans, but very few put the same strategic weight on leadership capacity, decision quality, and talent readiness. And yet, these are the variables that decide whether your strategy actually works. Because growth doesn't just scale results. It scales pressure, it scales complexity, it scales the consequences of every decision. Leadership either keeps up or becomes a bottleneck. Most organizations still treat leadership development as a support function, a line item, a discretionary investment, but high-performing companies treat leadership as infrastructure, just like technology, capital, supply chains, and market access. They know that strategy without leadership capacity creates friction. Growth without talent readiness creates risk. Transformation without emotional intelligence creates resistance. This is exactly what I explore in my latest book, Performance Alchemy. Put yes in the chat if you agree to the following. Real performance is not created by pushing harder. It's created by transforming how leaders think, decide, communicate, and lead under pressure. Alchemy is the art of turning base elements into something else. Leadership is the art of turning pressure into performance. And that transformation is not accidental. It's designed. Future-proof leadership is not about being perfect. It's about being prepared. Prepared for faster change, higher stakes, more ambiguity, more human complexity. In Performance Alchemy, I describe 3 critical shifts leaders must master in times of growth. The first one is moving from reaction to strategic grounding. Future-proof leaders create clarity when the organization feels pressure. They hold direction when the environment is volatile. They anchor execution in purpose, not panic. The second one is shifting from control to emotional intelligence at scale. These leaders understand how pressure affects behavior, their own and others. They lead through uncertainty without creating fear or confusion. They build trust when people need stability most. The third one is stopping treating talent as a resource and start treating talent as a growth engine. We're talking about organizations that don't just hire for today, they build for tomorrow. They develop leaders before the organization outgrows them. Kindly let me know in the chat, which shift does your organization need the most? Proactiveness, emotional intelligence, developing talent. Because when growth arrives faster than leadership capacity, performance doesn't scale, it fragments. January is not just about setting goals, it's about setting direction, ownership, and ambition. The smartest leadership teams use January to ask, what kind of leadership will our strategy require this year? Where are we already stretched? Which roles will become critical bottlenecks? Who needs to grow faster than the organization? I bring this up in Performance Alchemy. How to turn around performance. You see, it's those moments when leadership choices either compound results or quietly erode them. Reactive leadership is expensive. Proactive leadership is profitable. I don't want to finish before leaving you with a short but powerful exercise you can apply straight away to make the shift from reaction to strategic grounding. During your next leadership meeting, agree on 3 decisions that carry the highest strategic impact this quarter. For each decision, ask yourselves these 3 questions. You might want to jot this down. First question, what is the outcome we are actually trying to create? What is the outcome we're actually trying to create? Second question, what would success look like 6 months from now? What would success look like 6 months from now? And the third question, what would failure look like? Once you've discussed these questions together, make a clear intention and let this intention guide you. How could this intention look like? For example, our goal is not to react. Our goal is to decide with clarity. This one shift changes the quality of thinking in the room. It moves the team from urgency to direction, from pressure to perspective. Growth will come from many places: markets, products, technology, capital, but performance is a leadership outcome, and leadership is a multiplier. Something I clearly bring up in my book, Performance Alchemy. Organizations don't fail because they lack strategy. They fail because leadership systems don't evolve fast enough to carry it. So as you reset this January, don't just ask what you want to achieve this year. Ask who you need to become to achieve it. Because leadership is not a cost, it is a system that turns growth into lasting success. Now, if you found this helpful, kindly like the post, share your reflections in the comments, and share this link with your network. I'd love you if you could share one thing you found helpful today in the chat.